And literally, if you'll do that to all the things that make you feel heavy over 3 days, at the end of 3 days, you'll walk around like you're in a walking, talking meditation, because you will have broken the cycle that makes you believe everything is yours. One of the things that we found in Access Consciousness is that 98% of your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions don't actually belong to you. Well, who do they belong to? Well, the people around you. You're picking them up all the time like a big psychic radio receiver. What if 98% of the crap that's in your head right now, what if 98% of the crap that was in your head just starting today, from this morning till now, didn't have to be there anymore? You know what? If you use this tool, it doesn't have to be. Can you imagine if you were to take 3 days and in 3 days empty out 90% of the stuff that's in your head? How does it get any better than that? So here's how it works. I'm going to short circuit it. I'm going to give you the explanation. Then I'm going to give you the real simple, easy way to do it that'll hopefully make sure you do it so you can change your life and become happy. What you want to do is you want to ask, who does this belong to? To every thought, feeling, and emotion you have for 3 days. Say what? Yep, who does this belong to? I know it's improper English, but it is proper energy and it works really well. So here's how it works. You go, who does this belong to? To every thought, feeling, and emotion you have. And if the thought, feeling, or emotion lightens up, it's not yours. Or you can do it to the judgments you have. You can do it to the wrongness you feel. You can do it to the heaviness you feel. You can do it to the depression you feel. It doesn't matter that you identify it as a thought, a feeling, and emotion. It just matters that every time you get heavy, every time you lose the sense of space of being you, where it's kind of like, hey, it's easy to be me today. Anytime that goes away or changes, ask, who does this belong to? So here's a good way to do it, is start when you sort of have a sense of space in your head, where it's like you don't really have anything going on. You're kind of hanging out, doing your thing, pretty good. Everything's good. And do you know how let me tell you, what used to happen for me was I would be that way, and then all of a sudden it felt like a little pebble of something came in, and it got a little heavy. And I'd be like, okay, wait, I was just space, but okay, I got that heavy, a little bit heavy. Okay, well, you know what? I can deal with that. That's just one thing. And then a little while later, another one would come in and be like, okay, that's one. And then all of a sudden, like tap, 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 like 3 of them would come in, and it felt like my universe would contract and it would compress. And it went to this place of heaviness rather than the lightness of me, and then it felt like I just started getting buried. So start where you have a sense of space, and then just plan on doing, who does this belong to, for 3 days. And literally, every time you get anything that feels like it's less than that space, even if you don't know where it comes from, even if you don't know what it is, even if you don't know whether it's a thought, a feeling, an emotion, a judgment, a wrongness, or somebody else's point of view, just ask, who does this belong to? If it lightens up at all, it's not yours. And so you just want to return it to sender with consciousness attached. And literally, if you'll do that to all the things that make you feel heavy over 3 days, at the end of 3 days, you'll walk around like you're in a walking, talking meditation, because you will have broken the cycle that makes you believe everything is yours. Now, my suggestion is get some sticky notes, get some poster board, get whatever get some markers that you can write on your mirror, preferably not permanent markers. You know, those whiteboard erase markers that you can write on your mirror, who does this belong to? Write it everywhere so you remember, because the way it's going to work is this. You'll start doing it, you'll remember for about 45 minutes, you'll forget for an hour. You'll do it for another hour, you'll forget for an hour and a half. You'll do it for 2 hours, you'll forget for an hour. You'll do it for another hour, you'll forget for 2 hours, and then you'll fall asleep in bed exhausted because it's the hardest work you've ever had to do. That's day 1. It'll go similarly on day 2 probably, and on day 3, by the end of day 3, you'll notice this strange thing. There'll be no thoughts in your head. Wow. Imagine if you could break that monkey mind machine that tells you that all the crap you think, all the crap you perceive is actually yours. It changed my life when I got it, and I'm overjoyed to share it with you. And you know what? I have a question for you. What if happiness was just a choice? And what if 98% of the unhappiness and the sadness and the depression and the feeling like you can't do it that you've had in your life wasn't actually yours? And what if this is now your chance and your time to change it?